Hi, this is the HDG news, as I call it. Today, excuse me, I would like to speak about the relationship between climate change and religion. Different religions, sorry. There is a website called religionnews.com. It appears to be not sectarian, just general religious news. As you may know, in San Francisco, California, just recently, September 12th through 14th, there was a 3-day summit. They called it a Global Climate Action Summit in San Francisco. Many world leaders were there, religious leaders, business leaders, Hollywood celebrities, all that, singers. So it was a big deal. And there's a sense of urgency because the current president in America is pretty much brain dead on climate change, whatever else he may be doing on climate change and the need to protect the environment, he's pretty much as if he were clinically brain dead. So that has stimulated a lot of people to either people in America at a state level or city level and private groups, citizen groups, and so on. It's inspired a lot of people to become more active, more engaged in climate change. And of course, it's a high stakes issue because this is the only planet Earthlings have. Of course, we know that we're eternal souls and we can go to many different planets, but still, I think we have to take seriously saving the planet. In fact, Lord Krishna himself comes at times to save the earth. For example, he came as Lord Varaha and he saved the earth when it was fallen. And in another incarnation, Prithu Maharaj specifically brought urban planning and advanced agricultural techniques to earth, which you can read about in the 4th canto of the Bhagavatam. So there's an article in this religionnews.com about a lady, a reverend, named Susan Hendershot Guy. She is a reverend, religious leader, and she organized, I think, an interfaith program at this climate conference. And she said there are a lot of people beginning to connect the dots between faith, the environment, climate change. Whoops, that's someone else. That's Reverend Ambrose Carroll, co-founder of Green the Church, a campaign to motivate environmental action in the African American church community. So a lot of people in many different religions are becoming environmentally active. And within ISKCON, of course, we have devotees who write and speak on this issue. I mean, clearly in our sacred texts like Bhagavad Gita, there is very powerful ammunition that supports, very powerful evidence that supports protecting the environment in Krishna consciousness. In fact, Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, that those who trash the world, those who harm the earth are demonic. So it is demonic to damage, to harm, to injure the earth, and it is Krishna conscious to protect it. Since there was this very big climate conference, Global Climate Action Summit, I don't know if any devotees attended. We certainly didn't have anything like a prominent role. I don't think we had any role at all. And so there are objective ways that we can measure our relevance in the world, either in America or other countries. Sorry if I haven't been looking at the camera. One of my friends told me I have to look at the green light there. That's the camera. Okay, I hope that I'm looking at you more now. There are objective ways that we can measure our relevance in the modern world. And it would be difficult to say that we are relevant. We're certainly not very relevant. I don't know if we were invited to this climate summit. I don't know if any devotees attended. I haven't seen any news on it. There are certainly intelligent, good devotees who speak out on these issues, write about these issues. So we have a clear, powerful position. But I think this is just when we see things like this, like important global climate summits, and there are representatives from many religions, churches, and so on. I think these are reasonable ways that we can measure our own relevance. Do people really care about the Hare Krishna movement? We have to make sure we don't get caught up in our own internal PR, our own internal, or our own self-promotion, and forget to measure in more objective ways. So there's a real need to reestablish Prabhupada's mission as a relevant, interesting, powerful cultural and spiritual force in the world. And of course, my special concern, as was Prabhupada's special concern, is the Western world. So devotees, I mean, there are temples that are advancing in environmental issues. I think styrofoam cups are no longer the standard at Hare Krishna temples. And I'm sure many, many temples are recycling, and there are even many devotees who are vegan, which also, I won't enter into that Vaishnava controversy about whether you offer dairy products and save the cows or refuse to support a truly evil dairy industry. But there are, and I think this is a good sign, more and more devotees who are vegan. So in many ways, there are many intelligent devotees who are taking steps in their own lives. There are devotee communities that are doing things. But we can only hope and pray that the time comes in the near future when we are relevant enough that when global climate summits are held in whatever country, that we're invited, or we play a role, a visible role, because we are considered to be a relevant, significant voice in the global conversation on important issues. So I hope that time comes soon. Anyway, short and sweet, at least short, I hope sweet. And that's a little commentary for today on the environment and ISKCON. Hare Krishna, thanks for watching, and hope to see you tomorrow.